Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick design board for your quilting pieces. This design board has no frills whatsoever, but it comes together so quickly that I know you will just love making them. It just takes a few minutes and you have a board that is ready to go. You can use now, before we get started on this project, I want to tell you a little bit about me. My name is Fallon and my channel here, So Be It Quilt. You will find a lot of quilting tutorials, a lot of product reviews, as well as some unboxings of sewing and quilting related boxes. If any of that interests you, I would love for you to subscribe to my channel by clicking that button above. And if you do end up liking how this design board comes together, I would really love if you give this video a thumbs up. That really helps me a lot. So now let's take a look at what you will need to put one of these design boards together. For this project, you will need some foam board, some fusible fleece, a ruler, a rotary cutter, and a heat press or an iron. First, you will cut the foam board to the size you want your design board to end up being. For me, I am cutting mine to 12.5 by 12.5 inches because that is the exact size of my ruler, so it just makes it a lot easier. Since my foam board happens to have a fold in it where I cut it, I am going to add some duct tape to that area just to stabilize it a little bit. This is an optional step and you definitely do not have to do it if you don't want to. Now we are going to grab our fusible fleece and we will cut it down to the same size as the foam board we are using. So I'm going to be cutting mine down to 12.5 by 12.5 inches. You could cut it a little smaller if you would like to make sure it doesn't overhang your foam board, but cutting it to size should work perfectly as well. So I'm just going to cut a strip that is the length of 12.5 by 12.5 by length of fusible fleece, and then I'm going to cut out the final 12.5 inch by 12.5 inch square from that strip. So if you take your fusible fleece and closely look at one side of it, you will kind of feel these little glue bumps. You want to put that face down on your foam board, and that is the side that you are going to be fusing into place. So you want those bumps facing your foam board. So now it is time to fuse the fleece to the foam board. So I set my heat press to 325 and I just hold it in place for, a few seconds, no longer than 10 seconds. And I just move to each section, making sure that I heat each section evenly. Now, if you're using an iron, you may need to hold it there a little longer. It'll just depend on how much heat you have, but just keep moving your iron around in sections on this board so that you can make sure every single segment of it is heated properly so that the fusible fleece will stick to the foam board. And just like that, our design board is already finished. And I'm going to put some little blocks on here, some pieces of fabric so you can see how nicely it works. I can just stack them on here, and the fusible fleece will hold it in place so that the pieces of fabric don't easily fly away. Let me know in the comments if you're going to make one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.